And the haters can't stand it. The boy Tank Davis is, y'all know me, I'm dangerous. The boy Tank Davis ain't playing no games. Find out in this video, one, how much money he wants, and what steps he is taking to try to get it from the accuser. Now, the accuser has some very serious allegations, but Tank ain't playing that. Gervonta Tank Davis said, two could play that game. I'll see you in court. I'll break down everything you need to know in this video. Stay tuned. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. And the haters can't stand it. The boy Gervonta Davis is fighting back. He is countersuing said accuser, right? And he wants $20 million. Man, what you think you got? Kelsey Grammer? Chelsea Clinton? $20 million? He want that money. 10 million, 20 million in 20s, 10 million in 10. You want some fives with that? What movie is that from? So, I'm going to break it down right about now. Boom, TMZ, link in the description. Now, Gervonta Davis already got a felony dropped from his account. I've already made a video about that. If you didn't know about that, that means you're not subscribed. That is a 100% a you problem. But this is the latest. Gervonta Davis countersues the DV accuser, and he wants $20 million. But we gonna talk about it.
Countersues domestic violence accuser, wants $20+ million. Tank Davis is clapping back. The star boxer just filed a whopping $20 million countersuit against his ex, who accused him of getting physical with her during an altercation at a strip club, TMZ Sports has learned. 31-year-old Davis answered his accuser's claims, flat out denying nearly all the ugly allegations laid out in her filing. Tank says he did not commit battery.
Jigga Kelly not guilty. I thought this was America, people. The 31-year-old Davis is fighting back to clap back, and he has answered his accuser's claims. It says flat out denying nearly all of the ugly allegations. Let's keep going.
Tank says he did not commit battery, claiming he never hit or choked the woman.
He said he ain't do it. What did my boy Shaggy say? And they got me red-handed, trim me on the wasn't me. Why? He says it wasn't me. Mr. Lover, girl, wasn't me.
Nor did he falsely imprison her. He also claims it was a shakedown from the get-go, insisting the woman demanded $1.1 million in exchange for making everything go away.
So, according to the latest, he's saying it was a shakedown, and the girl was, quote, on some gold digger-ish and said, pay me $1.1 million and I'll make this go away for you. So, like, pretty much extortion. Cool.
Instead, the undefeated boxer says she was the initial aggressor, claiming she provoked the encounter in an elaborate scheme designed to shake him down for lots of cash. Davis says the woman suffered no injuries and even told her employer that she was fine after the incident.
Davis says the woman suffered no injuries and told her employer that she was fine after the incident. You hear that? I want to make sure you guys do. Let's keep it going.
In fact, Tank says the two spent the night together at her place after the alleged attack.
Huh? Underlay, mommy, oh, what's popping tonight? Bro, what's popping tonight? Hold on. I'm a sucker for cornrows and manicured toes. Hey, Fendi capri pants and pair of shoes. Hold on. What's going on? You claim he did all this nefarious and heinous things towards you in an act of pure violence and physicality and brute strength and brute force. But according to Tank Davis, y'all kicked it and then spent the night at her place after this incident. I don't know, man.
In fact, Tank says the two spent the night together at her place after the alleged attack. As for the counterclaim, it's for interference with business relationship, which in plain talk means the woman intentionally torpedoed one of the biggest paydays of his career, a bout versus Jake Paul. Gervonta says he stood to make over $20 million for the fight, but he was replaced after the woman filed her lawsuit claiming he roughed her up. Paul ultimately fought Anthony Joshua, and both fighters cleaned up financially. Davis got nothing. Now he's seeking more than $20 million in damages. Tank's accuser didn't waste any time addressing the fighter's allegations. They've already filed a motion to dismiss his counterclaim, saying the boxer can't sue her for reporting an alleged crime. Outside the now dueling lawsuits, Davis is facing criminal charges in Florida for attempted kidnapping, a felony, and battery. A misdemeanor.
The TMZ link will be in the description, and your boy Ego, I gotta give you all of my opinion. I gotta let you know. First of all, I don't know what happened. Let me be there to be the first one to tell you. I don't know. I wasn't there. I don't know what happened between him and this girl. Message to men. I'm a man, so I can only tell you how it feels to be a man. Be careful, be careful who you have kids with. Be careful who you date, because when you're a high status male and you're an earner, a breadwinner, Biggie told y'all, oh, that's real. It's like Puff say, more money, more problem. I used to read Word Up magazine, Salt and Pepper, and every day up in everybody hit the DECK. My slow flow's remarkable. Bro, Biggie told you, bro, didn't he tell you? Didn't Biggie say, oh, that's real. I dare you to get... Nah, Biggie, some of his lines were a little bit suspect. I can't even repeat it right now. Hey, I like Biggie, pause, but some of them lines were sus, bro. She looked so good, I probably on her daddy, huh? Hey, cuz, dead homies, ain't no chick look that good for you to be doing all that and saying all that. for sure. And I met some baddies, but ain't no chick ever looked that good for that. Anywho, back to the Tank stuff. I mean, what can I say? We'll see how it plays out. But your boy Tank wants justice. He feels he was cheated because he was going to make over $20 million to fight Jake Paul, right? And a fight that Jake Paul ended up losing when he fought a boxer. Now, I get it. Tank's not as big as Anthony Joshua, 6'6", but he probably liked his chances. I mean, would he really have taken the fight with the size differential if he didn't? So things are heating up, and we'll see how it transpires. For me, I can't really say too much because the situation is very new, and I don't know how to play out, But I will say this, and I want y'all to pay attention, dog. This part, again, I can't speak on a pending case. I just know she's saying this and claiming this. I've already made videos about that. Gervonta is now countersuing. I was right about that. I told y'all last week that there was a countersuit, and now I have the documentation and everything. We good. So on that note, and this is a PSA, the Haniac content creators, I can all but guarantee you they're not reporting on this new Gervonta Davis news, right? One, the man had a felony dropped, which if you've been in the courts, if you know anything about the court system, having one felony drop, anything will benefit you. If they trying to hit you over the head with 7 felonies and now it's down to 6, you could consider that a blessing, right? I made a video about it. because I'm Boxingego, and my job is to serve the community of boxing and the fans. Yeah, I give my opinion. Some people like it or don't like it. I don't really care. But I'm never tardy, and I always report on what's going on in my sport. You dig, you know? And I want the record to show that, because the Haniac content creators, they won't report anything negative about Devin. I've already exposed that, right? Devin be going to court. He got an upcoming court date. I talked about it because no matter what these fighters go through, this ain't me. I'm not going to court. I'm just reporting the facts, And most of these times I just report it. I don't really have too much to say because they open cases, So I just kind of give you guys surface area opinions on certain things, right? But whether it was Devin, whether it was Tank, I talked about it. But guess what? Guess who didn't? Old media, the Haniacs. All the Haniac content creators who feast and use Gervonta Davis's name for clickbait, suddenly they don't want to speak on these new findings with his court case. But I guarantee you, if he got another case, or if they added more charges or something, they'd be quick to make videos and content about that. And I want you guys to see, because this is what's hurting boxing. You can't get no fair shake. If people are begrudged against a certain fighter, they're only going to report certain type of news. I don't do that. I'm not playing them games. I ain't never been on that. You know what I mean? If it's good for Tank, I talk about it. And then the same individuals and the same fans be like, oh, Ego, you love Tank, and all this goofy stuff, right? They not saying nothing about the content. They not proving me wrong. They not showing no receipts. It's just goofy, like, name calling. But the real issue, since y'all want to avoid it, is how come I'm the only one covering everything? That's what y'all need to be worried about, partner. How is it just me? How am I the only one that's keeping it consistent no matter who you are? Look, I'm on Ring Magazine page. Okay, right? Let's see. Okay, you got this goofy fight with this goofy outfit. Ain't nobody care about this fight, cuh. Usyk, he a G, but ain't nobody care about him fighting with this fake gladiator. They didn't even wear gold gloves in the Roman gladiator, so this is goofy. You got him in like some Roman Coliseum fit or whatever, and they fighting in Egypt. Man, get him out of here. Okay, you got this Game of Thrones looking, right? This is what Ring is talking about, right? Xander Zayas boots, okay, no problem. Tank beefing with Ryan Crawford. I mean, not Tank, Crawford. But he retired, so who cares, right? Joshua, Moses, where the Tank news? Look, Zayas, a fight with Fury that nobody really even asked for or care about, right? But guess what? Inside the ring, when it's something negative about Tank, they'll be like, oh, is Tank really a Hall of Fame? Look, I'm all the way down here to the Fundora to win. The Moses Atuma, Connor Ben, they posting everything but this new Tank news. So Tank get a felony drop, they don't talk about it. Right? Tank is countersuing for $20 million, saying his side and saying like everything I just went over in this video, they don't post about it. But then Max Kellerman be shilling for Dana White. Like, this guy, Dana, the UFC is great. Boxing, he made a league, so he's going to do it for boxing. And again, when there's something negative about Tank, these muff be making all the whole podcast be about Tank. Oh, is Tank a Hall of Famer? Remember they had Devin Haney on there, and he was talking about Tank is an underachiever. Bro, we don't care what you talking about. Fight Rolly. What happened to that? You said it was a solid offer. Now you saying the money ain't right. Man, come on. What we talking about? And then when I speak on behalf of the truth, the haters be, here's the paperwork. Look, I show you receipts. Gervonta Davis, right? Defended, countersuit. I'm showing you all of it. I got the documents. What's popping, bro? I'm him. Look, the girl Courtney. Listen, I redacted. I ain't gonna front. If the government they redacting that them Steen files, then I'm gonna redact what I want to redact. So I redacted certain sensitive information because y'all don't even need to have that, but I got it. but I got it. So you got to come to me. I'm the source. Unredacted. You feel me? You know what I mean? Why am I the only one covering this? These are some pretty significant turn of events for Gervonta Davis. And yet again, I seem to be the only one that is speaking on it. But these other dudes, fighters, fans, podcasts, they keep using this kid name, Tank Davis, like, oh man, blah, blah, blah. Remember, didn't Jake Paul say he's seen the tape? The fight is over. He's seen the tape. Isn't that what he said? He said the fight got canceled because he seen the tape. And Tank is a piece of human trash. And he can't bring himself to fight somebody like that. But your brother was in Japan in a forest showing something he shouldn't have been showing, right? But you worship Trump. Like, what we talking about? But Tank is the biggest POS according to Jake Paul, all right? And you canceled the fight, and you were saying that you knew he did it, right? Because you had proof or whatever that he was guilty, and you seen the tape. So you made it like Netflix canceled the fight. Come to find out, what we talking about, huh? Where the tape at? How he countersuing if there's a tape show? Like, I don't know. Y'all tell me. I ain't the smartest brother in the world. But if they got a tape of you putting pause on whoever and it's a tape like Old Dog and Menace, hey, why y'all about my tape? This look like Kane whooping your... Bro, if they got this look like Kane whooping your the other night tape, how are you going to countersue if there's a tape showing whatever you're saying is showing? And I'm not going to get too descriptive on that. I don't even understand that. But Jake Paul said he seen the tape. Y'all was acting like y'all seen the tape. So me, always right, cool as the other side of the pillow. I told you, I don't know what happened. We going to have to let this play out. Maybe there's a tape. Maybe there's not a tape. I don't know. I wasn't there. So I want y'all to pay attention, bro, because this is the content that is out there. This is the content that the fans need to pay attention to. Why? How come people will only tell you the negative stuff about Tank, and then when he has some seemingly wins, they're super quiet. Church mice. So come to me for the real